Hey guys, PercyFan1998 here, aka David, here to answer your questions from my Q&A from over a month ago. Let's get started. So the first question will be by my friend SuperCoolBros06, aka Surin, who asks the first question, which is, what is your favorite thing to do besides YouTube? Well, Surin, I suppose I like to watch TV. I suppose I like to read a bit of good journalism, some good quality, not fake news, like Fox. Fox? Oh my god. I suppose I do sort of like to just sort of entertain myself, I guess. I do work and job during the summer, so that keeps me occupied, but during the school years, I suppose I do sort of enjoy the driving around, looking about. I do enjoy reading a good book every now and then, and I like sort of general writing, so things that aren't related to Thomas, Tugs, or Theodore Tugboat. Anything childish to that nature, except for Pokemon. I sort of do like general writing. I actually have one chapter written, but I do have these stories based around sort of like a fictional dog that sort of is a combination of all my experiences with canines in general to make sort of very child-friendly stories. I should really probably get back into that. I suppose I like reading, but I haven't read something in a long time. But if you count short stories, then I've read a ton lately. During last semester in school, all of those were just great to read. Awesome. But yeah, I suppose those would be my favorite things to do besides YouTube. What is your favorite movie of 2017 so far? That is Surin's second question. I just saw Cars 3 yesterday at the time of this recording, which is before the 4th of July, so July 3rd. Cars 3. I'm definitely on the meh side of that, but beyond a doubt, I love Guardians of the Galaxy 2. That was just brilliant. I have yet to see Pirates of the Caribbean 5, but if I had seen the 5th installment of that series, it probably would be, beyond a doubt, number 1. I did see the Batman Lego movie, but I feel like Guardians of the Galaxy definitely holds the edge in my opinion, so that's just me. Photo Negative asks, did you forget who I am? No 12,000 or whatever zeros you had in your username BC. No, I have not forgotten you. You just need to talk more. Seriously. Like, I recognize your username and I know who you are. You were my co-admin back when Jink gave me ownership, but I can't say I know you too well, but I know you well enough. You're very mature for your age, and I'm pleased for that. Lugadol and TWR fan 128, aka Aaron, asks, what are your favorite TV shows? And in Aaron's case, he specifically pointed out I can't say Tugs or Theodore Tugboat. Now, I'm going to start off this question by saying I do not watch much TV, if at all. I have not sort of had that addiction to reality TV, as some kids have had. So it's like, I don't really have a strong opinion, but I will say that I do enjoy shows like 2.5 Men. I find the comedy in that to be very enjoyable. I do like a bit of South Park. I'm always down for some of The Edge from Cartman. Always an entertainment factor. I do like River Monsters on the Animal Documentary channel. River Monsters is always great. Sort of Jeremy Way just looking for exotic animals that I've never seen before. Just these hugely oversized sturgeon or stingrays, and it's all just wow. I exist with these things on this planet. Whew. Wild. If it's on, I'll probably watch Loud House. Some classic SpongeBob if it's on. Did like Eddie. That was awesome. When Sunday comes around, 60 Minutes is always good. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you know I'm a brony. I like my pony. It's just entertainment, honestly. Apart from that, I don't really watch reality TV much. It's not really my thing. I used to be a big fan of things like Storage Wars and Pawn Stars before those all sort of went down the marketing drain in my book. they've sort of lost their entertainment value. So yeah, I've sort of stopped watching TV. But I will say that those are probably the number one things I would probably watch if I had the time. So yeah. Hey guys, welcome to Awkward Cut number 5677. This is recorded like after a long time since I originally recorded, but I was looking through the original Q&A and I realized I had left a few gaps here and there in some of my answers, so I'm here to just sort of clarify some of them. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll know that in addition to the other shows that I mentioned in that long segment, that I really wish I didn't. I wish I could re-record that, but I'm not going to. But I would just like to say that I do like anime. I haven't really been keeping up a lot with it, but I have been watching series like Boruto, Door to Another Restaurant in Another World, and other shows. But if you ever want sort of anime recommendations, you can sort of like PM me or leave it down in the comments section. I do like many series. A few good Star series would be including of One Punch Man, Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, and a few others I could recommend, but I can't remember all the titles I've watched off the top of my head. Just don't watch Clan as your first anime. That I recommend highly to not watch at first, like I did. Okay, had to cut the filming of this for a bit, so we're back. Aaron asks, Hot Pockets or pizza rolls? Now, I don't think I've actually ever had either of those, actually, come to think of it. I have seen commercials for pizza rolls, and I think it's safe to assume that I probably wouldn't enjoy them. They just literally look to me like oversized raviolis, mixed with the sort of largeness of a pork bun. I would probably say I would probably prefer Hot Pockets in all honesty, because back when I was in high school, I used to eat out at Safeway, and they have these amazing things called pizza pockets. And oh my god, they're just so tasty. They're like rectangular crust things, and inside is just this mixture of mayonnaise sauce and chicken. And it tastes so good. For $1 a piece, it's a really good deal. Onto the Thomas-related questions related to that blue tank engine, which I have a stellar example right here, my old Erdl Thomas. First question by excuse me if I mess up your name, butcher your name, Jamie Giraldo. And he asks, his first of 3 questions is model or CGI? It's safe in my opinion to say that both sort of have their appeals. I mean, with CGI they have a lot more sort of, they're more expressive in terms of the faces on the engines as well as the human characters, whereas with the models it was like static faces and static models. And it's really hard to relate to that. There's certainly a nostalgic appeal for me personally, having grown up with the model series. So I am in some ways biased to the ways of the model series, and the things they did in the model series is a true testament to the directors like David Mitton and Steve Asquith, I believe was the one for the Hit era, and the way they're able to do all of those sort of amazing things such as the explosions in Season 5 and the accidents in the Hits era. All of them are just well shot, and so like huge shout out to them, and it's a true testament to their skills as directors at controlling the models. I will say that CGI certainly has proven that it has its quirks over the model era, such as the more expensive faces, the fact that the engines can have more sort of graphic accidents, as well as sort of damage on them, which couldn't be done in the model era because that would be too expensive, as well as being able to see sparks off of Diesel 10's claws, as well as various other things such as couplings breaking or wheel grinding. So, and it's hard for me to decide, but if we're going to face reality, it's probably CGI. CGI just gets it on point. Second question by Mr. Giraldo. Which characters from the RWS/TVS would you like to see in Season 21? Terrence, no doubt. I miss Terrence. I should note that I never predicted Terrence to come back. A lot of people mentioned Terrence coming back, but during my vacation in North Carolina, it was revealed that Terrence was officially coming back, and we saw the new artwork, and I think him on the DVD cover looks amazing. So yeah, it's a shame he's missing his widow's peak and stuff, but you know, I think he's okay without it. I mean, that was the way he looked in Clive Sponge's narrative. Sorry, his illustration, so I think it's okay. I definitely think that as a blank slate, the writers will have a lot of room to sort of dig deeper into Terrence as a character. There's also Derek, him and his faults. As long as they don't sort of milk his faults, I definitely think that Derek could be a sort of well-developed, arced character in the CGI series. If only they would just bring him back. And from the Railway series, Jock, Frank, and Bear. Just no doubt. Bear, I'm aware that some people just hate the idea of Bear since he's such a blank slate, but at the same time, come on. Bear in the Railway series isn't even that much. He was literally introduced like 2 books before the end of the original Reverend Wilbur Awdry era, so there really wasn't much space for him to be developed as a character. Under the CGI staff such as Farrell and Brenner and Pressman, he's really a blank canvas for them to work with. So I definitely think that he should return, but in reality, probably not. Plus, not only that, the animators have said, and I forget the source, we can only have one. If it's Boko or Bear, we can only choose one. And my vote goes towards Bear, because Boko, no. I still think we need another large diesel in the series. There are just so many shunters on that island. As for any other characters, well, Flying Scotsman came back, so that's awesome. Duke. Yeah, Duke. Duke would be awesome. Those are all the characters I could reasonably think of. Though I would say that I would like to see Neville back. I definitely think that's cool. Him as a design is like, he's one of the strongest engines of the 060, so there could be some story in that, but I very much doubt Mattel would take that chance, knowing them. Third and final question from Jamie Giraldo. Thoughts on Season 20 and JBS, aka Journey Beyond Sodor? I'll be 100% about Journey Beyond Sodor. I do like the sort of characters. I'm not too fond of Lexi and her whole idea of being gender fluid, even though that was probably just the journalist's mistake. Yeah, I'm not 200% sure. When I first heard about Journey Beyond Sodor, before the trailer came out, we all had these assumptions that it was going to be a real dark story, where sort of like James messed up, got sent away in disgrace, and then at some point Thomas had to rescue him. And then that changed to Thomas going to the other railway for some reason, and James rescuing him. And the trailer just crushed all hope of this sort of darker story that would have really appealed to the older fans, as well as give kids a bit of a fright. So, I think they definitely lost a chance with, and I'm not fond of the bouncing. That bouncing. I never thought the day would come true when Chuggington literally had that amount of influence on Thomas. So sad. As for Season 20, love it. Season 20 was definitely more of an experimental season, but Season 20 was definitely the canvas for Miss Helen Farrell to definitely prove herself as an amazing writer, penning awesome stories like Henry Gets the Express and even Skiffin the Mermaid. The winter-based themed episodes were also great, things like Love Me Tender and the Railcar and the Coaches. They definitely milked Daisy quite a lot in that season. She got so many episodes of her just experiencing the same characterizations, but definitely an entertainment value for sure. And I also love seeing the small railway engines. With Season 20 is confirmed to be the season that takes place after Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure, so I do like the continuity there. I would say that some of my least favorite episodes would include Buckled Track and Bumpy Cars, Trucks. That was just... the title doesn't even relate to the episode, in my opinion. A Useful Railway out of the 3 small railway adaptations was definitely sort of the least strongest one. It had some weird dialogue and just was kind of meh. Not only that, you see so many adaptations of that on YouTube and trains that's like the episode itself loses impact, so without a doubt, Tit for Tat definitely wins out of the 3 of them. Overall, I like Season 20. It still has some time to grow on me, so I'll probably still say something like Season 18 or 19 as my favorite, but Season 20 is definitely a contender. Season 20 was great, hands down. Luca Dollar asks, what are your favorite Thomas characters? Well, obviously I like Percy. I have... Oh, yeah, you go. I have this little fella right here, who's my icon. But Percy is a really character that I can sort of say I have much character similarity. I would probably relate myself more to Sir Handlin James. I'm sort of a... If you actually know me in real life, you'll know that I'm a bit grumpy and a bit sort of hot-headed. But I can be nice when I want to. But yeah. I do like James as a character. I think he definitely in the original series had this sort of great sort of story arc, sort of like his vanity and then his sort of kinder, sort of more of a good sport nature. Definitely enjoyed that. I also like Gordon, his sort of vain, pompous attitude and how it mellowed out over time when he realized he wasn't the best out of every and John Soder, but when he could prove that he was the best, he was very humble about it, such as in Gordon and Spencer back in season 7. That was a great showing of Gordon's characterization. The once pompous engine was brought back down to earth and sort of proved himself by proving he was one of the best engines on Sodor, and that he wasn't using it as sort of a catalyst for his vanity. So yeah, I also like Diesel as a villain character, but that's more or less thanks to Wild Northwester's series, without a doubt. Definitely sort of makes my opinion a little biased. I also like Oliver. Oliver has a great sort of backstory of sort of redemption, and then sort of, instead of being grateful, he was actually a bit of a cocky engine. And there was this sort of great arc in the Railway series about how he was brought back down to earth. It's a case of some fall, then rise, and then some fall, and they don't get up. So I think that makes for a great character sort of arc, if you will. Yeah, those are probably all my sort of notable favorite characters. I do have a few others, but I'm not going to go into detail about them right now, because that would take forever. So I just checked my phone. This Q&A is lasting a lot longer than I expected. Might need a breather soon. And those were all of Luca dollars. Well, no, wait, sorry. Sorry, he has a second question. I'm sorry, Luca. Luca dollar's second question and final question, the Thomas-related category, is, what are your favorite Thomas YouTube series? If you're talking like just purely Thomas, so I can't count Jimmy the Ginty series, since that is canonically acknowledged by David to be in the same universe as Thomas, based on the sort of celebration short episodes of his series. Favorite Thomas series on YouTube. I like sort of the early years. Is very entertaining. It tells a nice story about Diesel by Wild Northwester. I definitely prefer sort of the modern years, sort of post season 2 onwards. Train's New Era definitely sort of lifts the graphics of Wild Northwester's series. Sort of the modern year season 1, you can definitely tell this was back when he was still being experimental with his new models, because you can tell just how rough they look. And the problem with Wild Northwester's stuff is just the fact that once you've seen it like more than 5 times, at the very least, they sort of get boring to rewatch after a while. Yeah, his series is amazing. The series by Matt Michaud, aka Enterprising Engine 93. Enterprising Engine is, of course, really entertaining. Ever since season 2, the series has just built itself in amazing lore, as well as an amazing cast of characters. Both sort of recharacterizations and OCs, so they're all great. But other favorite Thomas YouTube series, the problem with it is the term series, because some people write stories that aren't always connected. Like, they can write original stories, but they're not all on the same timeline. You know, people like TARDIS Rescue, because with TARDIS Rescue, it doesn't really feel like there's too much consistency, but at the same time, Dan really does do a great job at sort of like creating original stories. So if it were a series, then yeah, TARDIS Rescue's series is definitely up there. Despite it only having 1 episode, which is the pilot episode, my friend Ryatron 12's, sorry Ryan, his series Northwestern Railway Tales, I think is what it's called, is also really good. I'm still waiting on episode 2, but the Mid-Sodor Tales by Nornby Hero and TM, whatever Flo's numbers are, is also really good. Any other series of notability? The NRS by Shunter Productions, whether it's written by DCG-12B or The Buried Mike, are all also good, as well as his sort of more TVS-based series, which is currently undergoing an arc written by Max, Terrier 55 Stepney. I should note that since I did mention Terrier 55 Stepney, aka Max, I do like his series. At the time, I don't really know why I didn't mention his series. Maybe I completely forgot. His series is a bit off and on, but all of his episodes are quality. They're a bit more humorous, so they're not very realistic, but I still enjoy them as a whole. That's also good. Anything done with the combination of Carson and the Buried Mike, the Buried Truck, who is Mike, sorry, is also good. Yeah, those are all the sort of notable series that I can list, that I can think of off the top of my head. If there are any other series that you've sort of noticed I've been liking or commenting on, then feel free to sound off in the comment section below, because at the moment I'm only thinking of the ones that are remember off the top of my head. I would probably say NWR 1991's Train series, but he seems to do more adaptations than original episodes, so not sure how I'm feeling about that. The final 3 questions are all asked by TWR fan 128, aka Aaron. First question: if you could live anywhere on Sodor, where? Well, I'll tell you where I wouldn't live. I wouldn't live at Farquhar. I wouldn't want to deal with Thomas passing by my house every day. I wouldn't want to put up with Birdie and him racing every day. Oh my god, that getting to work or traveling would be just a nightmare. Honestly, I would probably live on Ducks Branch lines, somewhere along either Arlesburg or Tidmouth Holt. Definitely, maybe Arlesburg. I've always been sort of used to living by the sea. Well, I don't live relatively near the sea, but I've always been used to the cold, so perhaps living there would be nice. Somewhere in Arlesburg, among a harbor city. That definitely would be nice. Either that or somewhere along the main line as well, probably. A place like Kildane or Cronk. All probably would be ideal places to live, in all honesty. But maybe not like a big town like Tidmouth. That would be a little too crowded for my liking. Well, in the railway series, but in the TV series, obviously Knapford. Yeah, I think that's how I would put it in terms of my favorite place to live. I would, yeah. Actually, yeah, I'll just leave my thoughts at that. I would probably live, probably somewhere near Arlesburg, definitely. I would enjoy that very much. Nice coastal town. Second question. Favorite OC, aka original character? Oh god, I'm assuming you're talking about just sort of like original characters in just the Thomas fandom, the community. In which case there are just so many. I think, honestly, I would just love them all. Wild Nor'Wester's OCs are all great. Particular characters like Drolin, Andreas, Eric to some extent, but he's sort of like haven't had a story of his own for a long time, so not really sure how I'm thinking with that. The original characters by Cactus 190706 are also good. Some of them are a bit meh, but his characterization of Mallard is really good. Some of the names are a bit but some characters such as Steam Engine are also well-rounded in my book. Commissioner Moonstone by Meltaker Media is also a really good character. All of Enterprising Engine 93's original characters are just great so far. Characters like Carla Debris are just, wow. Just really well done characters. Frederick by Hero of the Japanese Train is also a sort of nice character too, only part of his story is out, but at the same time I can really tell that Matt is trying to go for something really nice with Frederick. Any other original characters? all the characters by the Extended Railway series over on SIF are really good, including the ones that are just recently added to the canon. The website itself, the public database, doesn't have all of them, and a few of them are even missing, especially Pegasus. Just poor Pegasus. Pegasus, for those of you who don't know, is a Silver V4 who can't speak. He's not really deaf, but he just doesn't talk. He speaks horse language. Why? Who knows? Simon just did that. His creator was Simon A.C. Martin, aka Semiersky. So, just to let you know that. But yeah, all of the ERS characters are great, except, well, Brad's kind of meh. Like, in terms of, like, the things done by Cerami and Aaron and all those SI3D guys, they make him seem great, but in the actual ERS, he's kind of shallow. I would probably say I prefer characters like Daphne and Winston, and a few of the other steam engines like Robert are all nice characters, including Blanford. Blanford's amazing. Final question. Oh, well, wait. I don't think I've missed an OC that I really like. Yeah, I don't think so. In addition to the whole OCs I was talking about, I would like to mention Shinto Productions' Nigel character, the J50. I think he's pretty cool as well. I'm not really sure if it was DCG-12B's character or his character, but I think it was definitely Shunter's character. But I'm just not sure because DCG wrote majority of his stories. Or maybe I'm remembering it wrong. I think he was Shunter Productions' character through and through. So yeah. If you could collect any other brand of merchandise, what would you collect? Well, I'll tell you one thing. I wouldn't collect the minis. As nice as they are a little mediocre. Honestly, as a kid, I really liked Tomy. I just sort of thought it was cool that they were battery operated and could move on their own. I did sort of like the sort of variety in wagons they used to provide back before it was Trackmaster. Sort of long, endless world you created out of Tomy was just great. With Wooden Railway, it's a bit more restrictive because it's got like be able to apply the physics so you can pull the train over the hill or around a curve, for example. But if I could go back and do it all again, I would probably choose Tomy in all honesty. Maybe Bachmann and Hornby as well. Bachmann is really nice. Like, they do great models. I mean, sure, some of them are a little mediocre, but overall they just look great. I mean, Oliver is a great example, as well as Scarlovi in terms of recent releases. So, yeah, I would also probably, go with Erdl as well. Actually, Erdl's really nice. I mean, the coupling system's a bit meh. Yeah, I definitely prefer the Erdls to take along and take and play by any means. So yeah, either Tomy, Erdl, or Bachmann next to Winning Railway I would probably collect. And that was the final question. I didn't get many questions on this Q&A, but even though it was 200 subscribers, but in the end, I was just grateful for anyone who would ask a question. So, yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Pussy Fan 1998 out.